Well, I'm not feeling real good today. I don't know if I've got an allergy thing going on or if I'm getting sick. I was trimming a Palo Verde tree yesterday, so it could go either way. I'm just pulling into Discount Tire right now. I just came from the Bobcat dealership, and I ended up having to get new tires for the skid steer. And even though the one tire is still decent, I got 4 new ones. And I figure that the one decent one I can kind of keep on the trailer as a spare. In case we have a problem with one of the tires, we can throw it on there quick or whatever. But I gotta see if Discount will mount them. I didn't really feel like waiting at Bobcat, and I certainly didn't feel like paying $35 a tire to have them mounted. So I'm just gonna see if old Discount will help me out. And I'm sure they will. They've always been really, really amazing in that regard. So it turns out that Discount Tire doesn't do that sort of thing for free, but it's going to cost $33. I almost feel better about, because last time I brought them into Jack Furrier, they did them for free, and I felt bad and gave them $20 anyways, Now they only did one.
Beautiful.
I said, get the guys some Gatorades or whatever. So I'd almost rather pay $33 to have them mounted than not have to feel bad. Maybe I'm weird. So we're going to be starting this job on Tuesday. Just got confirmation we can start it Tuesday. The other job we were going to start is not going to be ready to go for a couple weeks. So, works out. It's going to be a little patio, 19 by 22, and then 17 and a half feet of sidewalk. We put a little trench drain in there. One of these types right here. The biggest issue here is water. It floods by the door up in the garage there. So we've got to make sure we get some slope coming away. It's got 2 drains at the bottom edge of the patio. So we're going to set the height of that concrete to the height of those drains, and then plumb them into the side of them out of our slot, or plumb it into the side out of our slot drain. Anyways, should be a fun little project. Absolutely wonderful people to work for. That's what we really love. And this one's not far away from home neither. It's probably 20 minutes away from home. So you can't beat that. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Well, it's Friday. And I'm heading back to Discount Tire again today. Because the tire on the back of the trailer, the tool trailer, was bald at the baby's ass. Well, we went to Magnus's little concert last night, his recorder concert. That was pretty cool. Had a lot of fun with that, actually. And we got the tires put on the skid loader. That went pretty smooth. Someone in there? What sucks is that no matter how good or bad your business is going right now, tires get worn out and things break and you got maintenance to do, and none of that ever stops, Whether the money's coming in or not, that stuff still happens. And right now, we're working off of an operating loan just to get everything ready for what should be one of our busier times of year. And I'm getting the sense that we're gonna have some work coming in here, but they're hard to close this year, and I think we're gonna have to work a little harder at it than normal. Maybe a little bit more than a little. So I stopped at Home Depot. I was hoping they could give me like an idea of a material price cost for a 12 by 16 shed. Mom is looking to put another 12 by 16 shed on her property, but she doesn't know if she wants to do it or not. She wants a price first, so gonna have to get a material list put together. I thought maybe Home Depot offered something like where they're like, okay, this kind of shed the materials cost this much. I was dreaming, obviously. So I gotta put a big list together of all the different pieces of the shed, and then they'll price them out. I guess I could try Chat GPT or something. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm pulling into the shed place right now, and I figured I'll just kind of see what a sheds cost if we had one just hauled in and set on site. What would that cost? Let's check it out. I brought some literature home to Mom. She picked a shed, picked a few features. We're gonna go in there Monday and order it. It was the way to go. There's just nothing like a nice new tire, isn't there? And they're constantly needing to be replaced. Of course, it couldn't just fall right by the edge. It has to be way back there. I think I'm gonna get a magnet. 95 degrees already. And it's barely into April here. Well, Magnus and I are out doing some door hangers today. It's a Sunday morning, late Sunday morning. And we're in the neighborhood of the next job doing some door hangers. What do you think, buddy? What do you think of this neighborhood?
They're really far apart, the houses.
I know, the houses are far apart, the driveways are long.
I feel like we only have to do this one, that one, and then there's one next to it.
Yeah, I don't think we have to do a lot of them. There's not really a lot of potential in this neighborhood. There's not a lot of concrete work going on. It's pretty rural, but you never know. You could pick up a patio or
Do you
something.
think we have to do 2 houses?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either.
I think we'll probably just be pretty selective. All right, we'll check back in later.
Putting the cones out for the porta potty. Any big events?
Oh, this is gonna be a good spot for a pooper. Now we try to put the cones out like that for the pooper every job, and normally they do put the unit within the cones, but it's kind of a crapshoot. No pun intended, but it's kind of once in a while it'll be completely in a different spot altogether, and they'll pretend like the cones just meant nothing. Good morning, YouTube. It's Monday morning. I got Magnus off to school a little bit ago, and right now Mama Concrete and I are heading out to do an on-site estimate confirmation. It's for a customer we worked for in the past. Really good customer. We did his garage floor, and we also did a little addition on the house. I actually thought it was a patio on the house, but it turned out to be an addition. Now we're heading back to do another on-site estimate confirmation where we fill in his barn with concrete and do another addition in the house. This one's going to be all colored concrete, so it's going to be pretty dang cool. But that's going to make up our Monday. Tomorrow we start the patio job, and we should get that undone this week. So, fun week. Things are picking up. Now, when I say this job is out in the boondocks, I mean it is out in the boondocks. What do we get ourselves into, Mama? It's so far out here, we gotta lead the concrete trucks out to the actual site. It's so remote. It's just crazy. We're not even close to being there yet. Well, here's the job site. Or here's the entrance to the job site. Pretty interesting. We got a few numbers to work out. We're gonna add on a little shed pad and get them some numbers back at the end of the day. And it sounds like a good, solid job. Get some water, Foxer?
Red Barn Sheds.
Red Barn Sheds, American Barn Company. So that might be another place we want to check for Mom's shed. Let me get a price from these guys. Heard good things. Well, Mom and Concrete and I are going to stop at the Skyrider Cafe out here at the airport in Marana. Nice little place.
One thing if I say it's hot.
Well, I tell you what, that's some of the best food you can get around here. Great place. Love to go here. And if you're ever around Marana, Arizona, or Tucson, check it out. The Skyrider Cafe. It's probably going to be a little dark in the morning when we're loading up, so I'm going to get these forms on the trailer right now and just get a few things kind of together for tomorrow morning. The guys are going to be here about 6 o'clock, and we'll load up what's left and head on over to the job. So we'll see you in the morning. Well, it's Monday morning, and I just pulled in a Whitecap.
Tuesday morning, you dumb Norwegian.
Excuse the bird turd on the window. I'm gonna grab some Gator Bar. The boys are gonna be at the house at about 6. It's about quarter till right now. So I left them a list of things to do, and I'm gonna meet them over at the job site. Well, I just found out that Brett is not gonna make it today. So he's got some pretty big personal stuff going on I'm not going to talk about, but I left a whole list of stuff for Orville to do, and or for them, both of them to do, and I was just going to be Orville, so I might just swing back by the house and help Orville get that list all knocked down instead of going straight to the job site. I thought it would work out pretty well if both of them were doing it, that we would kind of get there at the same time, but he hasn't got Bretta. Oh well. Well, Orville's doing pretty good on this list here. Just we got everything checked off. I'm gonna help him check off the last couple things, and we'll be on our way. Orville and I are on site. We're gonna do a quick little tailgate meeting, and then we're gonna get started on this bad boy. It looks like such a fun one. It's polka time! Well, I'm getting ready to take my first load out, and life would probably be a lot better for me if I wasn't such a hoarder. This wonderful load of pavers is going to my house.
Home, they wouldn't be going home.
No, it's true, but maybe one load.
Right.
Now, you and I know that this is all stuff that I'll probably never use. I mean, as far as being a paver, these are super outdated. As far as being capped, blocked, they're used. People, you know, you might find an off chance find a guy that wants them, but why am I such a hoarder? What is it that makes a guy like me have a hard time just dumping this stuff in the landfill? I don't know the answer, but if you find the answer to that, probably find the answer to why I'm not nearly as successful as a lot of guys in this business too. Silly. Well, as you can see, I sped that up for you quite a bit. You can see what that looks like. What wasting your time and energy looks like. Now, eventually, I'll probably end up hauling all this to the dump. That's how that goes. And that's where the waste of time and energy is. Now, we're only 15 minutes away from home. We're just closer than the dump, so I gained something on that, I guess, but I'll lose it in the long run. I know that. Alright, this quick little trip. We're just heading out of the gate now, so let's head over to the job site. Alright, just got back to the job site and Orville's putting up some string lines. What do you got, about a ½ inch above that drain then?
Yeah.
We're about a ½ inch above the drain right now. That gives us 3¼ inches of tip from the wall there down to here. And if anything, we'll want to go, a shade up, ½ inch below that floor or whatever there. I'm thinking, just so that we get a little lift there for anything. Should work. Alright, I'm just pulling out of the job site. Here's what it looks like now. Got the load covered, Pima County. Gotta cover the load. And now we're heading back to the house so I can satisfy my hoarding addiction. Alright, we'll see you there. Well, I made it back to the house for another dump. And, as you can see, there's plenty of junk laying around here. Alright, so what I've been doing here is potholing. And basically, the minimal you want to do with potholing, get down deeper than you're going to dig with the tractor. Well, we ended up taking a lot more dirt than what I had expected. It's also damn sandy and it's deep. Just sinking right in there. So I just took a whole load of dirt. And makes for an extra load, but I think we're gonna have a better product in the end. What do you think, Orville?
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Well, what's the best they could have?
Best case scenario, Orville's saying. We were at his house working, that's what he'd want us to do there. I wouldn't though.
No.
Well, I just pulled into tanks right now, and not too much of a line, one guy on the scale. And it's my turn. Good old tanks. We're gonna try and get one more load over here today. I don't know, it's already pushing 1 o'clock right now, 12:44. So we'll see if we can get it dumped, get back there, get that sidewalk loaded up, and get back in here for a second load so I can get some AB right away in the morning. We'll see what happens. Degrees today. Somebody put their grease guns up, gun tubes out here. It's not very nice. Man, I'm just blown away every time I look at this. All that concrete flow down there. Look at that pit. Like a nasty concrete volcano. It's insane. insane. It's actually one of the heaviest loads I can remember having here. It's over 24,000. And, you know, very seldom have I got it up over that. And it seems to lift real good. I haven't had any real complaints about the big techs, but we have gotten it to the point, like at the material handling place, where they put 7 tons on there or something. And, it wouldn't lift, you know, so not perfect. It's not a dump truck. We just got back to the site, and now it's a matter of loading up and getting to the dump before they close, and it shouldn't be a problem today. That's about it for the first day. We got everything removed, the excavation done. Orville's gonna put up some caution tape now. Now I'm gonna go to the dump. We're gonna start off at 6 again tomorrow morning. Hey, you got any words of wisdom today?
No, all I could think about is going to bed, waking up in the morning.
My words of wisdom, guys, failing us
You
again.
rise early to bed. But if you're a single father, you're not getting a ton of sleep.
No, not with a baby.
No. 4 hours of sleep, that's all a good man needs.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Right. It's well packed.
And a nap whenever you can. Well, I just pulled across the steel at Pioneer, and I'm gonna head in there now and get some AB. The wind has come up terribly. It's horrible out there. My hair's all blown out. And, my sinuses are in a lot of trouble, so I think I'm just gonna try and get this done and get home. Alright, well, that guy is pretty cool. They have 2 different grades of AB here, and they charge the same amount of money for both of them. They have really expensive AB here, by the way. But the one grade is really good stuff, and it's probably not worth what they charge for it, because it's really expensive. But when they're out of that stuff, they give you the cheap crap that you can get right out there in Vulcan for the same price. And when I first came out here, I was going to try and load me with that junk. And I said, no, thanks, I don't want that. He said that the other pile was all sold. And I said, no thanks, I don't want it. So then he said, well, if you only need 4 tons, I guess I can get you that. So anyways, it worked out. He accommodated me. It's pretty awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go over the steel now. And then go in and pay for this AB. And that'll be it. Head for home. Take a nap. Well, it's an absolutely gorgeous Wednesday morning, and I'm heading for the job site. Beretta was early today. Pretty crazy, I know. He was early. Of course, Orville told him it was 5:30 start time, so he was there at like 5:35. And, which made him 25 minutes earlier than everybody else. But, hey, whatever it takes, he was there. Orville forgot his wallet. So he said when he got to the gas station, he couldn't get his, his little pastry that he likes to get and his Gatorade. So I went ahead and got him that. I stopped at the store and grabbed that. So hopefully he'll be fueled for the day. Alright, well, we got to get everything ready today because we got concrete tomorrow. So we'll be setting forms, fine grading, tying rebar, and setting that drain. Alright, I'll see you at the job site. Where's your Bluff Winters concrete shirt?
Just moved back home, man. All my laundry's,
We're gonna do this, guy.
it's all over.
Yeah, we gotta get you in uniform, boy.
I know.
Nike? We gotta promote Nike out here.
No boots, no nothing, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Frickin' hell is that?
See, Thought about it on the whole way over here.
Yep. All right, so I'm working on a little trench drain here. We're gonna put a trench drain in right where this pipe comes down.
You know. Oops, sorry, honey. Good morning, sirs. And if you need anything, just knock on the door.
So we're gonna be putting a slot drain in here. Gonna be digging it in right underneath the pipe. And then we're gonna be plumbing out of the end of our slot drain into that box drain. So let's see how this goes.
Take two.
All right, the mud is mixed up and we're starting to put it in place here.
I'm just moving it from the barrel. Brett's putting it in place.
Yeah, and then we'll kind of set it in there, mush it in, get it up around the bottom edge, and then it'll hold it for us while we pour. If there's rebars underneath there, so it'll tie from one side to the other. It'll work out pretty good. We've actually done a lot of these, so I already know it's gonna work out pretty good. All right, Orville's got it done. That's what it'll look like until we pour. Nice work. I can just kind of angle in and then. Yes. All right, it's fine grading time.
I ain't got no money the first week of the month. Right up into orbit, my chicks the only bound. A landlord thinks a problem, a rent being overdue. What possible solution? I haven't got a clue. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's all that matters. Oh, I pray just to feel good at the end of the day.
All right, got all the grading done. Or we'll just get ready to fire up the tamper. And Brett's just wetting some grade down. It's looking good. Well, I'm just heading home from the job site now. The boys were putting some rebar in. They'll be done in about an hour and a half probably with everything. And then they'll be heading for home too. This project's gone pretty well. You know, we had an extra load of dirt in there. A little bit of extra time. I think we're still pretty close on man hours. And we'll do a job cost at the end, but I think it's going to come out kind of within the parameters of where we like it. So that's a good thing. We believe in job costing. And I tell you, if you're a company that doesn't job cost at least periodically from time to time, I don't know how you can keep track of your numbers, you know. We try to be profitable on all jobs. And I know not all people operate that way. My brother, for instance, he breaks even on some jobs, probably loses money on some jobs, but goes for kind of the average. I'm not that way. I like to make money on every job, but call me crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna head home, do some paperwork, and try to land some more work. So we'll see you at the pour. I'm under wetting down the grade night before the pour. And you just about can't put too much on the night before the pour. If you wet it down the morning of, you get puddles. And those puddles can soak up through your concrete, so if it's close to home, I like to do it the night before. So in the morning, you really don't have to wet it down at all. It'll be moist and ready to go. Well, good morning, YouTube. We are here on this beautiful Thursday morning. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day, like temperature-wise, but it's supposed to get windy. So we're actually going to do something a little bit different than we normally do. We're going to shield the wall with a piece of cardboard rather than putting our plastic up the whole way like we normally do. So guys, just put expansion on. Mikey's, I'm not sure what Mikey's doing, but he's doing something. Yeah, we'll just shield the whole way, Mikey.
Okay.
You know?
Did I run one bead of tape there?
Yeah, go for it. I see that mud coming. He's rolling around the bend. I can see the sunshine coming over the neighbor's house. All right. Old Uncle Remus. Old Remus Materials. The finest on Tucson. Well, the mud is on the ground. The boys are just bleeding the last of it here. And we got Beretta, Marvo, Mike, and myself. Let's start doing a bull floating. Stuff's actually setting up pretty fast today. It's a 4000, no retarder. It's got the Yucca shield and some cold water in it. And it's coming around pretty quick. We're putting the joints in right now. Brett's getting them nice and laser beam straight. Well, we're moving right along here. Not time to sweat yet, is it, Britta?
No, but it's close. What kind of sweat do you want?
A fine sweat.
Fine sweat?
Yep. Fine random sweat, yep.
Probably when I'm done with these, probably start sweat.
Yep. Alright, we've got Orville running the wall right now. Got Mikey just pulling some tape off. And I'm gonna jump on the killer trowel. I don't know if this camera's still running over here or not. It's getting pretty hot. We'll see. Got it under control, Orville?
Yeah.
Orville's never scared. Yeah, the smell to it. You know there's something wrong with it. Alright, well, it's a done deal. It was getting pretty dang hard down at this end. There's not a lot of sweat there.
It all looks uniform,
But it
though.
looks good. It's really good.
I thought my squares was gonna be about.
Less uniform looking? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it looks pretty good. But it was getting damn hard right here. Man alive. Alright, we're gonna do a little work on the drain. Mikey's gonna do a whole bunch of landscaping. Orville's gonna make noise if you can't hear me.
What?
The boys are gonna finish cleaning up. I'm gonna head to the fair. Gonna be a fun one, huh, Mikey?
Are you going to the fair?
Yeah.
Sure would.
You got any words of wisdom?
You always whip that on me without giving me a chance to think about it.
Well, you know I'm gonna whip it on you every time.
Well, let's
What do
see.
you think about in between?
Yeah, I'll have to think of one though.
Excuses.
It words of wisdom is, I don't know if they ever heard of another. Everybody's heard of Murphy's Law. You ever heard of McTavish's Law? McTavish's Law says Murphy was an optimist.
There you go. Learned something new today. Alright, just got the white cap. Hopefully they'll have the Vocomp 20 that we need. Here it is. Well, we got it done. The finish is on. We turned into kind of a ball buster. Didn't have a lot of time for shooting video. Wish Fairly C could have been here, but couldn't make it today. Mikey's putting the finishing touches on. Shear spray is all done, all on. The boys are just loading up, and it's about a done deal. All right, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. We'll see you on the next one.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. The neon lights in the fast lane light, riding high, reaching for the sky. I had it all but lost and fell back down again. Spent my time playing the game where every single day was a losing battle and every drink was a dead end. Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I've lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. How did I get caught? The walls are caving in. How come I got lost in this endless spin? Why do I feel so empty deep within? Where did I go wrong?
It's like $1 million. I would have said $500,000, you know.
I said $100, but yeah. You know, I really like just keeping things small, having just me and another guy in the field. Being in the field, you know, working the field. I really like that. It's really enjoyable, low stress. You know, it's something that appeals to me, you know. But at the same time, there's always something in the back of my mind saying, you know, let's grow, let's, you know, get a bunch of SEO and build a crew and push, you know, push the limits and, you know, make this thing huge and hire an office staff and you know, I mean, it's like I'm pulled in two different directions because honestly, those directions are so different. You know, if I want to just keep things small and work in the field, you know, I just need a little bit more business to keep us busy. But I can never gainfully employ somebody like full-time, you know? And if I move into another direction where I'm trying to build a big team and, you know, have shop space and the whole big thing like that, you know, I'm not going to have time to be in the field as much, you know? It's going to be a certain amount of my time that's going to have to be administrative. And that's at odds with what I really enjoy as a human being, so it's really hard to find that happy medium where my soul can be at peace and my ambitions can get met. If any of y'all figured that out, you let me know. But something I deal with all the time. I feel like a hypocrite being pulled in two different directions. Tomorrow I'm hoping to have Carly with me. I don't know, we'll see. She was supposed to come today, she was going to be the videographer. And then at the last minute, Orville asked if she could babysit, and anytime she gets a chance to babysit, she's all over it. So I couldn't. I didn't have the heart to tell her no once she had found that out, you know. She'd already committed to me, but as soon as she found that out, I mean, I couldn't. Just couldn't do it. So we'll see you. at the port.